Hello, hello, everybody. Oh, shit, it's still playing. No, 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 stop that. Bad. There we go. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. It's been a hot minute. Let me see. Hold on, putting on background music appropriately. I think that's good. I think that's about right. We're fixing things. We're fixing it. That's really, really quiet. Why is that so quiet? What the hell? Wait a minute. That was maybe too loud? How's that? I don't know. Okay, so here's the deal, everybody. Hello. First off, welcome on in. Here's the deal. I finally did something that I should have done a long time ago, and I changed some stuff about my audio setup. So now I have two microphones. Two. We're living in luxury now. I have, oh, excuse me. I have one that's attached to my shirt, like normal, for my voice. And that one has a noise filter set up in OBS. So it's a different noise filter. Yeah, twice as much jank, exactly. So that's using a different sound, what is it called, noise suppression, than we were using before, which is not ideal because the other one was really fucking good. This one doesn't seem to be as good, but we'll figure it out. We'll find out. Ooh, why am I framey? What? Okay, you know what? It's fine. We're not doing like high-speed action here. But yes, then the other one I have set up doing shop mics with no noise suppression on it. So you should theoretically be able to hear everything. So for example, if I do this, well, that time my mic, like the voice mic, also went off for some reason. Why? What? That's only supposed to happen for the background noise mic. Well, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I don't know enough. Honestly, all of the filters, the only thing it says is noise suppression and tells you which one to use. There's RNN noise, which is good quality and more CPU usage, or there's speaks, which is low CPU usage and low quality. And that's the only options I get. There's no option to tune the noise filtering, so I can't tell it like, hey, that's a hammer, dumbass, not my voice. But that's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, wait, what about the drill? If I... Okay, so when it starts and stops, the voice mic still picks it up, but the background noise mic, it always has it. And I have the levels kind of I'm messing with the levels, so like, again, tell me if anything is bad. Okay, back to everything. Let's see. Hello, Hunter. I don't know what all went wrong. That's a good start. That sounds about right. Hello, Stray Crow. Hello, Cogs. Hello, Reptile. Hello, Goblins. Hello, Jeb. And hello, Nutson. Welcome on in, everybody. So, today, what the plan is, we are going to be... Also, for real talk, first thing first, in hindsight, it's insane that what I was planning on doing last time, what I was planning on doing was assembling all 8 motors, all 8 of these little tiny gearboxes. I was just planning on doing all of them together on stream live. It's now been 2 or 3 weeks. I still haven't done all of them. This takes so goddamn long, and I actually had to take some parts back to the shop and fix them a little bit. I had to ream every single one of the cycloids. I had to ream them out because the center hole was just like a little bit undersized. And so when I pressed in the bearing, it actually crunched it, which is bad. So I had to ream it out, and then I've since Loctited all of the bearings into there. Hello, Wolf. I am in fact still alive somehow. Despite everything, we carry on. But yeah, so it's taken me 2 weeks and several trips back to the shop to get to where we were hoping to be live last time, which is crazy. It's just kind of insane hubris on my part, but you know, whatever. Here we are. So now where we are at, we have 4 candidate motors that we're going to do a demo setup of today. So I labeled them all with Sharpie, and now the Sharpie is coming off, which is cool. So we have our basic, I don't know, Home Depot heavy duty grease. Okay, and that's labeled with HD, let's see, HDG. So we've got this. We have, oh, this one is just entirely rubbed off. That's cool. we have, come here, hold on, let me grab a Sharpie and label it. So this one is Li, because this is lithium. So that's Li for lithium grease, which is right here. And now we get to the weird ones. This one is PTFE question mark, because it's using this stuff, also from Home Depot. And it's supposed to be like you spray it on and it leaves a dry film that like doesn't that just reduces friction. It's not like a grease. And so I don't know what's in it. I'm here for the hummingbird. Oh yeah, my God, the hummingbird. Yeah. So is he still here? Let me look. While I was setting up stream, and for like the last hour or so, a hummingbird flew in here because I had the door open, and a hummingbird flew in here and was just up in the rafters, flying about like a lunatic, and it looked like he was trying to eat my light bulbs. Have it on good authority that there are atoms in that can. That is entirely possible. Who knows? Let's see. He might have actually found his way out. Looks like maybe he did, which is good. Because yeah, this dude was in here for the last like hour or two. I was getting concerned that he was gonna start like starving because they need to eat all the damn time. But yeah, he was just bonking into light bulbs, trying to escape upwards in the rafters, and it's like that's not how this works, buddy. I opened the when I saw that he was in here and was trying to eat the light bulbs, I turned the lights off. And then he just like chilled out and sat down on the rafters after a little while. And I was kind of hoping he would figure it out and like scoot his way through the still very open garage door. But no, he did not. But it looks like maybe in the meantime, since I wrote that title or the notification, and the time since I started stream, it may have gone and vanished. I'm hoping that's where he is, and I'm hoping he's not just like still sleeping in the rafters somewhere. Cause like I don't want to leave him just stranded. But sugar water on the desk would be good for Bird. That's true. I don't know. I assume he's gone. I hope he's gone. But yeah, that was fun. I've never seen that one before. So, oh yeah, let's see. The other thing, I forgot where we were. Oh yeah, so we have, let's see. Yeah, we have this stuff that I don't know what it is. It's supposed to leave like a dry film after it's sprayed on and you just leave it. I don't know what's actually in it. So I just labeled it PTFE question mark because I assume that it's just Teflon particles. It's just like yum, microplastics, yum. And to be honest, this is the best feeling one so far, in terms of how free it is and how loose it is to spin. So that's neat. Yeah, lube but dry. I don't know. I was also gonna get graphite, but I saw this stuff, and I just decided graphite was not worth the mess, to be honest, because it's just like, you know, it's powderized pencil lead. So it's just gonna be filthy. Now the last one we have, the label is also rubbed off of, but it's just dry. There's absolutely nothing in here. I didn't lubricate it whatsoever, and I'm very curious to see how this one will do. It's also very free to spin, whereas the two that are covered in grease very much have some resistance to them. But it's not that bad. This one's kind of not great. I'm hoping it'll still be able to spin it, because these motors don't have a lot of torque because they're so small. Let's see. By the way, I saw a 25 tooth spline rotary broach with a 4.9 millimeter diameter. Made me think of you and how I would make a smaller cycloidal drive. Okay, wait. 25 tooth spline with a 4.9 millimeter diameter. Where did you see that? I've actually looked. I've started looking at rotary broaches for this purpose, because I think it'd be really interesting to try and make one smaller. Or not even smaller, just make the one out of bronze instead of all the pins, because it's a pain in the ass. Oh, and okay. Okay, this is another thing that I've done. I just ordered on eBay. I've done something insane. It's not even that insane, but it's just like looking at it and it makes you go, God, what am I doing with my life? So you'll see as we're assembling it that assembling this thing fucking sucks. It is absolutely not a good time to do the final assembly of the input stage and the housing. And so I came up with a way to make that work, but it requires a 1.3 millimeter rotary broach. And guess what? They don't sell those. At least not unless you're willing to pay like $100, which I'm not. And so instead, I bought a 1.5 millimeter rotary broach off of eBay for like 20 bucks. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it up on the surface grinder and take it down to a 1.3 millimeter broach. But like I was looking at my set of bits here, like this really nice screwdriver set that I have, and I was like looking like, okay, do I actually have? Oh, I don't. Wait a minute. I never. Hold on. I need to put my what's the URL? I never put my remote control of the camera thing on. Let's see. The URL is 192.168.1.224. I should really set that up as a static IP, but I haven't. Hold on, give me a second. Custom browser docs. 224. Apply. Cool, there we go. So now I should be able to. There we go. Too much zoom. Here we go. See, I have this really nice set from iFixit. And I was just making sure that I actually had a hex drive of this size because I don't have one in like a traditional L key style. But I was just looking at it and it's like, what am I doing with my life? Look at this shit, man. Like there's a hexagon in there. It just looks round on the screen because I don't have a good enough camera. It's ridiculous. And I need to cut an internal shape. I need to make the reverse of that hexagon. Anyway, so hopefully it'll make it easier to assemble. It'll make machining a lot more interesting, though. So, yeah, that's neat. Yeah, so, anyway, we have our 4 pre-assembled ones, right? So we've got our heavy-duty grease. Oh, let's zoom out again. We have our heavy-duty grease. We have our lithium grease. We have our PTFE question mark. And we have nothing. And now, the horrors that we are about to commit today, what the whole purpose of this stream is, among testing things, I saved up a little vial of bacon grease. Unfiltered, scraped from the bottom of the pan, bacon grease. And we are going to assemble one with that as the lubricant. And we're going to compare it to the rest of them. We are, yes, we cooking, unfortunately. And so that's what we've got to deal with now. I have, this is going to be, yeah, in a film canister. It is in a film canister. Yeah, good eye. This is just like the nicest container that I had for it. My mom has a bunch of these lying around from, I don't know why, but she has a bunch of these lying around, so I asked her if I could yoink it, because I didn't want it. What was the alternative? Like sticking a Ziploc bag or something? It's disgusting. It is already disgusting. Yeah, this is pretty bad. This is gonna be quite yucky. It's got chunks and shit in it too. I don't appreciate the superior lubrication of whale oil. I do not. Unfortunately, it's just very hard to come by. Although I think it was recommended to me by a book. I was reading a book and it was like, yes, one of the options for this is whale oil. It's like, lovely. Quite how dated. So, let's get right to it. We won't actually need this for a little while, so I'm going to put it to the side. And let me grab all of the parts that we will need out of there. So we have, this is the housing, and the lid. I have the lid on right now because I actually pre-assembled all of the pins, and I don't feel like doing that on camera again. So I wanted to keep them in place, so I have that on already. we have an output shaft we need to grab out of the bag. Oh, I got bacon grease on that. No. You can buy whale meat at the grocery store? What the hell? They're handy. I have a bunch around because I shoot film. That's awesome. Yeah, they are handy. We've used them fairly often for weird things. I don't want to say fairly often. We use them sometimes. But yeah, we have an output stage. We have our little baggie of cycloids. Again, it's insane working at this scale because, like, this little baggie, right? Each one of these takes about 25 minutes to make. So we're looking at, if we round up to half an hour, we're looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We're looking at like 4 hours of work right here in my hand in this little baggie. And so, yeah, it's ridiculous. It just goes so fast. So, anyway, we need 2 of those. And, we need, where are those? Here we are. And we need the input shaft. Oh, no, we also need, well, we're not done yet. We've got more parts. But there's an ad coming in. Wait, maybe let's, well, no, it already, okay. We'll wait for the ads to finish. Whoops. I should have, shut my mouth faster, but alas. Let's see, we have the input shaft. And then, let's see. Don't want to use that one. We're going to use this one. And let's see here. God, it is hot in here already. It wasn't that bad earlier because it was raining, but now it is not raining and it is getting warm again. Okay, so there's that and that. Okay. Ad break ends in 50 seconds. Okay. See, after all of this is done, after we're done assembling this, which is going to take a while, by the way, to be clear, this is going to take quite some time. Even though I've done several of these already, it still does take quite a bit of time to assemble because, again, it's not designed, it was designed for assembly. I did my best, but at this scale, it's so difficult to make things that are easy to assemble and disassemble. And so I wasn't able to, for example, put a keyway in things where I would have normally, and so that makes it very painful, as you'll come to find out. It's not an easy endeavor to assemble one of these. Like, I've been thinking about how I could make them more economical because I would like to sell them. I'd really love to be able to sell these things. And I think other than the amount of time it takes to machine them, I just threw it across the room. Whoops. I need to reduce how long it takes to machine them, to make them economical to make and sell. And then I need to make them significantly easier to assemble. Or make some kind of jigs or fixtures to do it. Make a stack of galvo laser cut parts. Honestly, okay, so I actually did have a plan to make us a stack of laser cut parts into a cycloidal gearbox like this. I never went through with it because I had this idea and I ran with it. I guess I've never seen a galvo laser. Like I assume when you're talking about like the galvo mirror based lasers, which is, you know, that's the noise they make, is mirror. I've never seen one of those lasers that's able to cut metal, or actually do any cutting. I thought those were normally used for marking or engraving. They use them to make watch parts. Really interesting. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I was thinking more, my idea was to make one that was large enough to be laser cut at a surface like send cut send. And then you'd have to like ream a couple of alignment holes by hand, and then just sandwich a bunch of parts together. Cuts titanium like butter. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I'll have to look into this. Wait, now I'm curious. Let me just Google it and then close the tab, or leave the tab open. Let's see. Galvo laser cutter. Interesting. Okay, cool. Uh, yeah, something like that would work too. Can it cut thicker material? I mean, I would assume not, because like for a galvo laser, right, it has to be at a fixed point, and then to get to where it wants to be, it has to angle. So if you have a thicker piece, like even if the laser could handle it, you'd have to have a significant angle on the part. So unless it's well, I guess that's also assuming it's a large part. If it's able to, if the galvo laser is if it's a smaller part and the galvo is like directly above it, then it wouldn't be that bad of an angle, I guess. The fuck is making that noise? Is that a jet? I think it might be a jet. A second since I got distracted by Duel Zero. Okay, okay, buddy. You know, that's fair. Um, yeah, that's entirely fair. Honestly, the other ways that I would make this, a stack of parts is interesting, and I've considered it, but the other ways that I would make it is, the cycloid. Cycloid could easily be made by, stamping, or fine blanking especially would be better for it, but, stamping should be good enough, I think, maybe? I don't know. Um, so fine blanking or stamping the cycloid would be easy enough. And then the rest of the parts can probably just be made by powder metallurgy. Um, but you'd have to like make dies, find someone to do that for you, that kind of a thing. Okay, so back to what we were gonna do. Plunger EDM, that shit is slow though. It's really slow. And plus then you'd have to um die cut, then you'd have to cut the reverse of your profile into it, and then that's even more time spent. Um I don't know. I don't know a lot about EDM. It'd be neat though. Uh so this is the little motor that, well, this is the stator that we're going to be using as the donor for this thing. And then this is the magnet ring, or the rotor, I should say, that goes on it. Let me see if you can take a look at that. I've taken the liberties of pressing out the shaft beforehand. I did that. I did them all at once, and then I didn't think about it because what I should have done is left one assembled in the default state, so that we could get a baseline measurement, like control, when we're measuring the current draw of these. That's what I should have done. Whoops. I don't feel like reassembling one and then testing it out. But we have one that we could maybe use. Anyway, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. So first step is to getting all of this assembled is we have our input shaft here. This little guy, which is very crunchy on this thing. So this little guy has to be able to slip freely inside of the bearings here. And I'll be honest with you, I did not check the quality of the Amazon stainless steel rod before pressing all of them together. And this one does not fit. Quite a few of them have not fit immediately. I just happened to grab a larger one. So we have to actually sand this down first. But that does mean that we have good tests of our new audio setup. It really doesn't take very long because it's so small. Okay. Well, that's the air compressor. I don't know if you can hear me at all, but that's the air compressor going. That's cool. Yeah, I forgot about that emote. Okay, give me a second. I sound very glorpy. Okay, great, excellent, love it. Glorp, message received. Glorp, glorp. Glorp, glorp. Okay, we're back. Hello. Whoopsies. Had to turn down the gain on that a lot to get myself audible again. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. So yeah, first step on these is, annoyingly enough, to sand the shit out of the shaft, because it's not very good, and I didn't check it, which is my fault. I should have done that. It's such a good emote. I forgot about that one. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's see. Okay, so my normal mic seems to be picking it up still, which is obnoxious. It's not supposed to. But the background mic seems to be good. Let me know what this sounds like. What this is like. We're doing it, we're doing science live. We're doing it live. Okay, so that's not enough. Hold on, we're gonna go faster. I assume that's a good thing, Reptile. I don't know. Still not enough. Let's see. Okay. Well, almost. It pushed out. Anyway, I should zoom in. There it is. So it pushed out one of the bearings on the stator because it wasn't quite. It's still a little bit tight, but honestly, I think that's perfect. I think that works perfectly. Okay. So next up, is a little bit annoying. What we have to do is take. Let's see. How do I show this on camera? Let's go to the microscope. And I must have bumped the microscope. Cool. I accidentally moved the microscope. Hold on. Hold, please. All of this is very jank, if you couldn't tell. We're doing our best. Okay, so you're looking at the vise. Hello, here's my finger. What you need to do is take the, let me grab my Allen wrenches. Or actually, let me grab the, my little precision screwdriver. I love this set. I bought this, this set of iFixit like screwdriver bits at Open Sauce last year, and I do not regret it one bit. I don't use it all that often, but holy shit, it's so nice having nice tools. Okay, very carefully open the housing so I don't spill the little things everywhere. So what we've got to do, let's see here. How do I show this? This microscope zooms in too much, ironically enough. Okay, hold on. We're going to change this entirely. Let's see how this goes. So we have our doohickey. This is the cover, of the gearbox, or, of the housing, I guess. Oh, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on, lock that. There we go. I'm messing things up. Okay. Gearbox housing. Also, I'm sorry about the lines, like the waviness. If you guys can see that, it looks pretty bad on my screen. But I've tried to fix it in the camera settings, and it doesn't filter it perfectly. Believe it or not, this is an improvement. It is what it is. Where's the hardware bin? Yeah. Okay. So the way that this thing works is there's a bearing that goes in that center hole. Loving the swirly? Thank you. I specifically, I could have done this faster with a different technique, but I wanted the swirly. I thought it would look cool. And it does. So, you get this itty bitty little bearing. There's two of them, in there. And what that does is it aligns the input shaft with the output shaft. Or I guess it aligns the input shaft to where it needs to be. Because there are two reamed dowel pinholes, here and here. I know that they look the exact same as the other holes, but I promise those are the two dowel pinholes. I only know this because I aligned them intentionally with the 4-bolt hole pattern on the motor. So that goes in there. And now what we need to do is align the motor stator with that. So I need to get, I need to grab these tiny little M1.4 screws. Itty bitty little guys. Right here. And we need to very carefully screw the stator in. And then align it with the thingy. With the bearing. So let's grab this. I'm also going to Loctite these screws because once they're fully in and fully set, because I never want these to come loose. If they come loose, they could break the whole thing. Okay, so I've also been aligning the wires of the motor. I'm also aligning the wires that come out of it with the flat spide, the flat spide. I can't talk. The flat side of the gearbox, because there's technically multiple orientations it could go. And so I'm just choosing one arbitrarily. Let's see. So I've got one screw in. Let me dump a few of them out into my little parts tray, also known as an artist palette. Okay, so I'm going to put two in, just loosely. I haven't tightened them down yet. There it is. Okay. Leave them a little bit loose. So we've got those in, and they're somewhat loose. And now what we do is we put the input shaft in. Whoops. We put the shaft through the bearings. I said we put the shaft through. I said we put the shaft. We put the shaft through the bearings. There it is. It's still a little bit snug, and by a little bit I mean very. It actually just pushed out all of the rest of the bearings. That's cool. Maybe let's actually sand that down a little bit more. Yeah, the center section is loose. You know, let's see if I can get this in camera. There it is. Oh, there I am. So this center section is loose. I kind of sanded it unevenly. So this area is tight, center section is loose, and then this area is tight. So I need to sand the two ends. So let's go back over here. This is the bag of hardware. And I grabbed while you weren't looking. All of this is just organized into Ziploc bags. And I have been labeling them because otherwise I think I would go insane. But it also does make me feel like an insane person for doing this. It is an insane person thing to do, to make your own miniature cycloidal drives. But, you know, here we are. Okay. Okay, let's see. How do the bearings feel? Still a little tight at the very extremities. So let's just focus on the end. There we go. I think that's perfect. Okay. All right. So yeah, as far as manufacturing these goes, I've thought about a few different ways, and the problem is for all of this is if I was to manufacture these and sell them, I would not be able to do it. I don't think it would make sense to do it with this exact motor on the thing, just because it presents a lot of challenges that I would be really stupid to try and tackle in a production setting. When you could just have one that's custom and made for the purpose. So I think I'd have to find a supplier who would be able to make custom motors for me with a different stator size, maybe, and definitely a different KV. I'd basically have to change the whole design, is what I'm saying, to make these at scale. But I think it would be really interesting to try it, and I'm very tempted. Let's put it that way. So now let's see. I'm just gonna tighten these screws in, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, it's still nice and free. And by nice and free, I mean kind of free. So now we take another tiny little screw. And we don't drop it on the floor. Okay. Doing this and like trying to keep it in frame is so hard because everything is mirrored. So that you can read text, and so it's like, I don't know, it's really mindfucky. Feels weird. Okay. Little bloop. What that went like mostly on my finger, but that's fine. We got enough on the threads. Okay, and then we very carefully put the glue in there. But yeah, as far as manufacturing the actual parts, yeah, lick. No, bad. I mean, you can. I won't stop you, but probably suboptimal, for your health. As far as manufacturing the parts goes, I've looked into a few different ways of doing it. I've looked into hobbing the cycloids, which I think would be the most interesting way of doing it. Not even necessarily the most interesting, but definitely the most practical for the scale that I would be hypothetically making these on. Because like stamping would take a lot of work to make the die, and I don't know if it would even work. I don't know how long it would last because I want to make these out of something that's pretty tough, like a 4140. And so resharpening it or reworking it all the time would be painful. Whereas a hob, you know, they take little bites out of it, one at a time. And so it's not as damaging to the cutter. And really what takes them longest to make the cycloids is milling the cycloidal profile. Not the, like anything else. And so if I were able to do that, oh, it's still in there, I'm stupid. So if I could just make the cycloidal profile go faster, then I could turn it from a 20-minute part, which is, you know, that's like $30, because if you're trying to do, because the way that it works is we try to keep a $100 an hour shop rate. So for when we quote things, we try to keep it at $100 an hour, and that includes all of the overhead, like labor and tooling and stuff, usually, unless it's some weird custom tooling. If it's weird custom tooling, then the customer's paying for it. But right now, this is like a $30 part because it takes about 20 minutes to make. $30 to $50 part, I should say. And that's way too much because the people I'm trying to compete with, or the alternatives to this product, the entire thing, the entire assembly is, I think $50, and that's, so, you know, if I charge appropriately for all of this, each motor and gearbox combination would be like $400. And that's before I factor in how long it takes to assemble, which, as you will see, is a lot of time. And that is not economical whatsoever, to say the least. Did I actually put Loctite on that one? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's just make sure that these are tightened down. And I think the easiest way to cut down that time would be some custom tooling, like a hub. Have you tried talking to the bird? I have not yet. I think, oh, well, no, I have a little bit. I mean, I've talked in his general direction, that's for sure. No more hummingbird? The bird is still at large. I think he may have escaped, but I don't know. I genuinely am not sure. It's a mystery. Oh my god, I just squirted Loctite. Okay. I tried to close the bottle and it just went, poof, and shot up. Have you tried humming to it? Oh, that might be the issue. I didn't try that yet. Yeah. You're a genius. Have you fed Bird? No, I have not fed Bird. Although there are 2 more birds that just flew outside the window. Have you now named an adopted bird? Not as of yet. I think we're still a few steps away from that. Okay. It's just a hummingbird. It's a little at best. Yeah. Oh, it's at large. It's a little. Oh my god. I see. I got it. I understand. Okay, so next step we gotta do. Let's see. Hold on, let's see. Okay, bump down the microscope. And then I need to grab this guy. Excuse me. Now this is probably the most annoying part of this whole thing, is we have to press, I will miss it and feel bad about it for 3 seconds. True. Running joke in the stream is that birds are all in my head, because every time I turn the camera towards one, it flies away before it's in frame. That's awesome. Honestly, good for them. Excellent sense of comedic timing. Okay, let's see how this looks. Ooh, like shit. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this is the most annoying part, because what we have to do, is you have to press this guy. Fuck. We have to take this little assembly that we just did, and we have to put this guy through it. We have to put the shaft through it with a cycloid pre-assembled, as you can see here. Hopefully, you can somewhat tell what's going on there. And then we have to press it down into the magnet, into the rotor, I should say, and we have to get it to a very specific depth, so that the cycloid is at the right height, which is an issue. And this is why I want to try and broach a 1.3mm hex, is because this step fucking sucks. Well, this is one of 2 reasons why I want to do this. And the other reason is, when we're doing the final assembly, you have to do like 3 things. You have to align like 3 different parts at once, and that's an issue. So let's see. It's just like meteor spotting with a friend. I always see one, and they always miss it by a fraction of a second. That's rough. I'm gonna go eat dinner and fight my parents. BRB. Well, it sounds like a productive evening. Let's see. Last week with the persons, I saw 16 that were clear and or confirmed by others, but a handful that might have been delusions. The classic. And again, all of this assembly work, by the way, I'm gonna have to undo and then clean it out. Well, maybe not all of it. I might be able to get away without cleaning this part. But all of this work, I'm gonna have to undo and then throw in the ultrasonic cleaner and then redo, because I'm doing this with bacon grease, and not like a normal grease or anything. No, I'm doing it with bacon grease for content. So this will be the things I do for you. All right, so this is the worst part. Bacon gear? No, yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of bacon gear, basically. So we have to take this guy and get it back in frame. Anything for the bit. Exactly. Rule number 1, commit to the bit. Or no, that's rule number 2. Rule number 1 is always don't leave stream. Bringing home the bacon, yeah. So we have to press this down. And I cut these shafts too long, intentionally, so that I wouldn't have to try and cut them precisely, because that would be kind of miserable. Damn, it looks like I cut this one really long, though. Because I just bottomed it out on the back of the rotor. So technically this would be enough, but it's not to depth yet. Bacon gear solid. What's the thing that the snake says that people like to make fun of? Metal Gear. I don't actually remember. I've never played those games. I should. Let's see. Got this microscope. I'm regretting this purchase immensely, and I don't know if it's too late by now because I have had it for like a month. It might be too late to refund it, or return it. I should have gotten a nicer one that has like adjustable zoom. It was a solid snake impression. Oh, we got jokes today. I don't have the points, but could you set something on fire real quick? Listen, I can't. I'm already doing that. I'm actually setting fire to your heart. Sorry, hate to break it to you. I'm just so charismatic and full of riz. Fine then. I think it's also disabled right now. I don't remember why I disabled it, but I left it disabled. I think. I don't remember. I didn't check. Let's see. We're setting it up. Okay. I have the points, but it's unavailable. Yeah. Why did I disable it? I don't remember. Oh, it's because I don't have a good thing to do right now. I need to wait until I have, like, a good idea for something fun to do for an irresponsible fire. Oh, we got the... No. Okay, well... Oh, no, it's an earthquake. Whoa. Whoa, oh my god. Holy shit, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. No. I love how comically uneventful this is, because all you see is this. Here, whoa. Wow, that's... Why is that so stable? Hold on. I dropped it in. Okay, well, you know what? There's your earthquake. There's your earthquake. It caused me to drop things. There you go. It's so stupid. Oh, I love the Y emote. Why? Oh, you couldn't even see that because I'm too zoomed in. You couldn't even see me going, wah! Yeah, I'm trying for it not to be. It's so weird. I mean, 4992 L plus ratio plus maybe next time. I need to do something. I need to figure something out. And maybe I should just make it like 25K, or maybe I should make it more expensive before Reptile can get there. Maybe I should make it 30K. You know, you gotta keep them interested. Gotta keep them coming. Let's see. So you have to put this over a hole. Oh shit. See, this part sucks. You have to put this over a hole so that the shaft can go all the way through, and then we have to very carefully not show it in frame because that would be too easy. That would be too good of camera work. Listen, take it up with John Twitch, Reptile. I don't know what to tell you. John, you should go argue with John Twitch. Okay. Oh, that's bending. Don't do that. Why was that bending? So we very carefully and very gently press this in, right? And everything will just work this time. Oh, but not that won't work. Oh, come on, man. I have many regrets about this fucking microscope. Okay, we got lots of people with the irresponsible fire on, apparently. I need to figure something else, something interesting to do. Or I could just do things that I've done already, but that's kind of lame. But it's, it's so difficult. Okay. Okay, so we gotta very gently press this in. We have to make sure that the bearing is aligned, because otherwise it'll just break. it'll crack, it'll destroy the bearing. So it has to be in there in parallel, because otherwise, again, it'll just kill itself. There we go. Okay, so now we press it in more. That's not even visible on camera. Okay, wait, what if we... I have a better idea. Let's do this. And make things significantly harder for myself, but easier to show you guys. Here we go. Okay. We're doing science here. Hold on. Okay. Maybe. Wait, hold on. Where are we? Wait. I feel like an idiot. There we go. Okay. So I have to get this bearing, or I have to get the cycloid on the bearing. Somehow. Oh, like that, maybe? Okay. And now we press it in more. And now, the problem with this assembly is that in order... The depth that this eccentric gets pressed in determines the height or where these cycloids get placed. And I didn't leave a lot of clearance for these cycloids, right? So, also, it just looks wobbly because there's a little bit of clearance in the bearing, there's a little bit of wobble in the... or there's a little bit of clearance in the eccentric, so it doesn't actually matter in practice, I don't think. In order to set that depth so there's very little end play in the shaft, we have to use something new that I created. Magnesium, gunpowder, alkali metal, aluminum bromide. Ooh, that's a new one. Ooh, white phosphorus. Oh god, wait, I have done... Okay, let me... Hold on. Oh god, I just kicked the desk. Let me write down... I do have a couple of ideas. I just need to plan them out a little bit better. Magnesium. Magnesium powder. Aluminum and bromide is a new one. I assume because aluminum, let's see, aluminum is a good oxidizer, right? So it does weird things with the bromide. Or am I thinking of something else? Or is it the other way around? I don't remember if it's a good source of electrons. I've never actually played with magnesium powder, just because I've never had the chance. But we could do something fun with the titanium that I have, like, a lot of. Okay, so yeah, anyway, to get this depth set correctly, we have to use this. The measurement shim of science, which is 0.2 millimeters. It's kind of rubbed off by now, but it's 0.2 millimeters thick. Do you have a tea light and a few matches? I think I do, actually. I don't know where the tea light is. No, well, I could maybe find a tea light. This is the very precise and calibrated jig that is definitely not just a piece of 0.2 millimeter shim stock that I cut a slot into with a Dremel. And then, like, it's from Amazon. We have to press it down until this gets clamped. Because if I don't, then it'll fuck itself up. So, right about there. Magnesium burns underwater. You can magnesium anode and throw it into the ocean and see it sink. That's pretty fun. That does sound like a lot of fun. Okay. So now, let's see. I think we did do this. Now we have to get this out. Oh shit. I've never actually had it get stuck before, like this. Okay, no, we're fine. I did try to do that with titanium. Because I know titanium will also burn underwater, but I was not able to get like a good reaction to it. I think I just need to clean it better. It was all covered in coolant gunk. In boat trip, yay! Yeah, you see that little gap there? Maybe? There it is. Can you see the gap between the thing? That's what we needed this for. So that this spins freely. But the other one can also spin freely without hitting everything else. It's a specialty feeler gauge, yes. Yes, it's very fancy, in fact. Okay, so there's this. That's the first half of the assembly. Now, the second half, I'm going to have to move the microscope again. Oh, sorry, that was probably really loud. I have the microscope, or I have the secondary mic attached to the microscope arm because it's like the most convenient place for me to put it. And so that was probably really loud. Okay, let's see, what are we actually looking at right now? Oh, we're looking at that. Okay. Not loud at all? Alright, good. I did set up a limiter also, so it wasn't be disgusting. And awful, but, you know, we'll see. Who knows? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so, next step of the assembly. This is the fun one. Hold on. Clamping this. Hold on. Please hold. Okay. This is where we regret all of our life choices. Actually, maybe I should do this from the top down again. Maybe I shouldn't have actually moved the microscope. Well, I'll need to, yeah, let's do this. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm planning. We're thinking ahead. There we go. Okay. So this is our housing with all the pins inserted. Oh, God. And next up, we have to take our bacon grease. Oh. You see that? Yeah. Oh. Okay. Let me grab a toothpick. It's not even solid. Maybe I should grab a Q-tip. Okay. I'm so hungry right now. Yes, you can smell. This is why you need smell-o-vision. You should add smell-o-vision to Twitch. It was really a missed opportunity. Oh, God. Let me stir it up. Get all the chunks worked back into it. This is vile. I could go for a greasy cycloidal drive. Yeah. Delicious. Okay. Here we go. Okay, luckily it doesn't look that bad. Oh, no, it looks kind of bad. No, it looks pretty bad, actually. I take that back. I also, again, we're getting chunks in there. So... Oh, oh God. Well, you gotta make sure it's thoroughly coated. Don't want something to go without lubrication. I also gotta coat... You don't want smell-o-vision from most VTubers? That's because you're weak. Here we go, boys. Alright. So there's that. Now we have to take my beautiful input shaft, or output shaft, and lather that up, too. Oh. Okay. Oh, I have so many regrets. Okay, now plop that guy in there. Can I turn it by hand back here? Oh no, why can't I turn it by hand? Hold on. Oh, I can. It's just kind of... Why is it gummed up? Some of them... Okay, so here's the thing also. Because they're kind of custom and they're also very small. Some of them don't play nicely together. Some of the parts, like, it's a little bit made to fit. Or maybe it's just the bacon grease. It might actually just be the chunks that are preventing it from moving smoothly. Oh. I regret everything. Fuck it. You know what? We soldier on. Oh my god, it just sprayed bacon grease on my glasses. Oh my god. Bacon vision? No, I don't want bacon vision. Oh god, hello. Wait, hey, hey Ty. Welcome on in. Hello, Raiders. Do I have automatic shoutouts set up still? Nope, I sure don't. Oh, I broke those, and so now I have to get bacon grease on my friggin' keyboard. Slash shoutout. Ty 99999. Can you tab complete, please? Thank you. Hello guys. So today what we're doing is we're assembling a cycloidal drive, the world's smallest as far as I can tell, with bacon grease as lubrication because I hate myself. And also I thought it would be funny. So we just gooped the shit out of this. Yeah. This is miserable. Here we are. You're watching the world's first bacon-powered cycloidal drive. Yeah, it's a really awful idea, isn't it? Yeah, hello, Murflop. Did you filter the grease at all? Nope, I sure didn't. Because I thought it would be funny. And to be fair, it is pretty funny. Hold on, I wanna try a different input shaft or output shaft because, again, like I said, they're not perfect. Don't let anyone know this, but tolerances do exist, even when you're the one making them. Making the parts. Oh yeah, you can see some chunks at the bottom here. So let's see, maybe this one will be a little bit more free. It's really hard to get my fingers on it to spin. To see how it's working. Tolerances are lies made up by machinists. That's true. Tolerances are just suggested. Yeah, it's determined by how me and my hammer are feeling each day. That too. That too. An important distinction. Okay, so now I have two gooped up output shafts, which is cool. This is a lovely decision. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so we got to loop up the bottom of it. Because this bottom face can technically contact the first cycloid. Give the chunks a chase test. Yes, good job. Me talk good. Give the chunks a taste test. See if they are to tolerance. Oh my god, it tastes like bacon. Oh my god. I don't know what I was expecting, but it tastes exactly like bacon. It tastes good, and I don't like it. I don't think any of these metals are food grade safe. It's aluminum. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything is fine. There are no problems with this plan. Okay. So now we've got to plop one cycloid in here. Oh, Lord Almighty. Very carefully plop it in there. There it is. Oh, it's squeezing out through the holes. Oh. I regret so much. They're thinking. I think I just readied my settings. Finger looking good. No. Okay, so now this is by far the most painful part of the assembly. You ready till ready till I rotate? Horrible, horrible. Jail. This is the most painful part of the assembly, and a big part of the reason why I want to change the design. Is because now the next step is putting on the top half, the input shaft, which has to be aligned with these dowels. The eccentric here. Hold on, let me grab let me grab a gooped up thing to point with. So now this has to be aligned with the center of the bearing of the cycloid at the bottom. This has to be aligned with the the input shafts, or sorry, yeah, this has to be aligned with the output shaft, and all of this has 6 possible degrees of freedom that it could be go in. Or sorry, this has 6 possible ways that it could go in, and only one of them is correct. And so this is not a good time to assemble. It usually takes a couple of tries. So I have to, like, get it on the dowel pins, which is annoying enough as it is, because these are kind of shitty. And you just have to kind of spin it until it works. Why doesn't this work, actually? Hold on. What's causing the problem today, boys? There it is. Okay. It finally clicked into place. Okay, so now what we have to do is refocus the camera. Hi guys, I'm Alien, the Ready VTuber. God, that was quite the day. Hello, Murflop. I remember that one. For fuck's sake. So, fuck. Shit. Now we have to mess with this. And, let's see, is this correct? No. So now we have to pull it up and move it over. Move it over about 60 degrees and try again. Yeah, what's a timing? Yeah. So all of this would be made significantly easier if this cycloid wasn't in here, in this position, and I could get the cycloid into, and the eccentric into the first shaft, which is why I'm talking about broaching a 1.3 millimeter hex. Like a fucking lunatic. Oh my god, that actually worked. Yo, wait a minute. Yo, wait, it works. It's alive. Hold on, so if I spin this by hand. Oh, it's nice and wobbly. Very cool. Hold on, let's focus that a little bit better, can we? Yeah, there we go. It is moving. She moving, though. Hold on, let me put, well, if I just rotate it enough, it'll get to the flat spot, and it'll be easier to tell. You just engraved timing marks on the parts? Well, the timing depends on the position of the other cycloid. So, not really. Because it's not a set thing. It depends on the position of everything else, is how it needs to be timed. Hold on, it's going. It's turning. And more timing marks. Excellent point. It is turning, right? Wait, hold on. Where's my Sharpie? This thing is so annoying to work with because it's so small. And yeah, let's see. Click. There we go. See, it's rotating. Sheesh moving. It's also wiggling for some reason. So some of them I try while pressing in the output shafts to the output stage. Wait, am I? Oh my god, I'm actually stupid. I accidentally, okay. Fuck. I used the wrong output shaft. We have to do that again. Do you have 2 cycloids stacked? Yes. So, okay. Most of the output shafts I cut a flat onto, so it's a D shaft, like this. Like this. Oh, come on, focus, you motherfucker. I regret this so much. Yeah, so most of them I cut a shaft onto, or a flat onto like this one. Apparently I didn't onto this one. And so this one is just, it's just fucking ground. I kept rotating it. It was like, oh man, it's not going anywhere. I don't see the flat anywhere. That's so weird. Where is it? I just kept spinning it as if it was gonna turn around. Look, also, look how much is bubbling out of the front. Oh, this is horrid. Oh. It looks really, really vile. It looks really bad. Yeah. Okay, let's undo it. Okay. The grease yearns to be licked off. I don't believe you. Somehow I don't believe you. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to be licked off. It'll smell delicious when you run it, though. It probably will. Ah, fuck. And then your disassembly is also not easy. Wait, why is it so stuck? It shouldn't be this stuck. Maybe because I'm clamping it? No, it just hates me. What if I... Here, wait, let's go back here. Hold on, let's grab a mallet. Or a small hammer. Okay. There we go, it's coming apart. Okay, we're out. We're free. Yeah, here, Boulder. You can see that there's a cycloid in the bottom and a cycloid in the top. And the cycloid in the top is trapped, just because of the nature of how it has to be assembled. And so the problem is that I have to time the cycloid on the top with the cycloid on the bottom without being able to see the cycloid on the bottom. And that's the problem. So what I'm going to do instead is broach a tiny itty bitty little hex into this eccentric, and then cut a corresponding hex onto the shaft so that I can press the shaft in, or sorry, so that I can have the eccentric and the two cycloids put in before I have to put in the input, so that way I don't have to time like 5 different things at once. Anyway, now let's undo our mistakes. Let's pull, oh god, pull that out. Let's put the other greasy motherfucker to the side. Okay, so now, let's see, we got our outputs. Oh my god, look at the chunks. Okay, we're gonna put the output into the output hole. And this one is kind of tight for some fucking reason. Because someone can't be bothered to make their parts accurately, I guess. You know what? Hold on. Fuck this. We're doing this the lazy way. This is what's known as self-clearancing in the business. If you timed both cycloids to the same spot in the housing, wouldn't that at least get you in the neighborhood to start with? Yes, I suppose it would. But you also have to time it with the output shaft. So, like, yes, there is a way that I could use timing marks and make this easier. But I do think it would still be better if I could assemble things one at a time rather than doing this stupid thing where I have to press it to a specific depth. And like fight with it, you know? Okay, we're gonna call that good enough. Oh my god. What am I doing, man? Oh my god, look at the grease now. It's getting blackened. Okay, let's re-grease this. Let's get some more goop into the goop hole. So much sauce. Okay. In you go. I regret so much. I regret so much. Oh. This is horrible, horrible. So now we need to goop. Goop the inside. Gotta make sure this is nice and lubricated. Delicious. That's right, the goop goes into the goop hole. Do you know where the goop goes? Okay. Cycloid goes in. I didn't even think. Oh, Boulder, thank you for the resub. I fucking forgot to thank you again because I got distracted by this. Bacon Greasovision sounds amazing. It does. I totally forgot to thank you for the resub, didn't I? You son of a bitch. I got distracted. By the horrors that I am committing, the crimes, which are documenting for all the world to see. All right, so now let's go back to here. Let's go back here. So we have our cycloid in there. Oh, and Boulder, the reason I have two cycloids is because otherwise it would be an unbalanced clusterfuck. Because even though it's not that far off center, it's only 6 thou. All right, it's like 0.15 millimeters off center. At 48,000 RPM, I think it's going to cause problems still. So you have to, I had to do one. Okay, you're aware of the theory? Yeah, I had to have two. Yeah, of course you're aware of the theory. We've talked about this. Anyway, yeah, we have to have two because otherwise everything is... For people who don't know, I've talked to Boulder about this. I don't know why I'm explaining it to him. Streamer brain, I guess. Like, he knows what I'm talking about. But the way that these work is they're slightly off-center. And yeah, it's 100 degrees out of phase rather than stacked reduction. Well, would a stacked reduction even work to counterbalance it because it's spinning at a different speed? I feel like it wouldn't work the same. I've never seen one with a stacked reduction to do that. Oh, okay. Yeah. The... Anyway, so yeah, we have two that are offset 180 degrees, out of phase, so that the swinging mass gets offset and it cancels out the vibrations. I read somewhere that in theory, to get like the best balancing, you should actually have three, where one of them is twice as heavy as the other ones for some fucking reason, and then that cancels out like the dynamic vibrations. I don't know how that works, and I'm not going to pretend to. But they said that that would be good for high speeds, and I just didn't do that because I needed it to be really light. So it vibrates a little bit when it's spinning, but honestly it's not that bad. It's good enough for what they're supposed to be doing. All right, so now we have to do this again. There we go. We gotta get these dowel pins on there. Balancing has some funky math. It's all vectors and shit. That, you know, that makes sense. That does make sense. Let's see. So it's a little bit out of whack. Hold on. Let me grab my precision bonking stick. Where is that? Here it is. I have a little chunk of brass that I like to keep around for tapping on delicate objects like this. That didn't work at all. It just moved it in the vise. Hold on. If I do this, There we go. Okay, it wasn't seated on the dowels. Okay. I purged it from my brain after uni. Yeah, entirely valid. I don't know if there's actually a class on balancing in my... I think there's a class that you can take on vibrations, which I assume would cover balancing. But I don't know. I think it's optional for my university. Okay, so that... See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is wrong. You see, so I can tell that it's on one of the output pins, but this way is wrong because it won't go in. So I need to pick it back up and... Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to pick it all the way up. Hold on. There we go. Again, insane of me to think that I could assemble all of these, all 8 of them, at once last time, when it's been an hour and a half and we haven't assembled one. Okay, so now that's it. Does that work? No. Fuck me. So now, without fucking everything up again, you have assembled one, but I have disassembled it too. That's a good point. That's a good point. We've had assembled one. We can, and no one can take that away from us. Go. You stupid fuck. Oh, this is very difficult because I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way too. Out of the way of the camera. Normally I would just be like holding it in my hands as I do this. Hold on, let's see. Let's see. Oh, I know about balancing has to do with tires and inline sixes being inherently balanced. This is well beyond me. Yeah, dude, it's something that I have no idea about. Like the idea of having 2 things that are vibrating, that are being thrown around in opposite directions to cancel out vibrations makes sense. But that's as far as my knowledge about vibration goes. I showed your design to one of my coworkers, and his feedback was, "I'm just glad I don't have to make it." Yeah, yeah. Like, if someone gave this design to us at work, I'm sure we would make it, but, like, I would curse their entire bloodline. It's fucking miserable. There's so many there are so many really tight tolerances, and it's fucking tiny. And again, assembly is not fucking simple. Okay, so that was wrong. Let's move it over 60 degrees and try again. God damn it. Oh, wait. Oh, we got it. We got it. So what was happening there is... Oh, that's kind of fun. Because I'm holding the output shaft stationary. Now the gearbox, the housing is rotating when I spin this. Whee! It's still wobbling a little bit for some reason. That's fine. That's acceptable. Honestly though, as long as... Oh my god, look how much grease has dripped out of there already. Can you see that? Oh my god. Honestly, as long as... The fact that the only feedback was like, I'm glad I don't have to make it, That's pretty solid. It means that they didn't find any inherent flaws to the design, which is cool. There is like a little bit of a flaw, which is that the um any impact loads or axial loads on the shaft, on the output shaft, get transferred through to the input shaft, which is a problem. Specifically for combat robotics. For any other application, I don't think you would be experiencing any kind of shock loads like that. But I don't know, I have maybe ideas on how to fix that. But anyway, it's fine. We're gonna see how if it's even a problem first. So now we need to pop some screws into the end and hold that down. Honestly, I could probably get away with fewer screws and make it lighter, but I have 6 holes. I'm gonna use 6 holes. Okay. Let's see. So we got that one down, and now we just got the last one. I did have the thought of modifying this design and making 6 to make a little robot arm. Yeah. Actually, that's what my boss was saying too. It's like, yeah, you just scale this up a little bit, and that's and you could make the same gearbox that's on the robot arm at work. We have a robot arm that's used for like a weird personal project of his. Hasn't really been used for a while. It's an old Fanic robot. I don't remember the model off the top of my head. But the progress on that is kind of stalled, and so I'm kind of considering asking him if I can play with it, because I think it would be really neat to learn how to program one of those. Might do that on a stream at one point. Okay, so now that might be harmonic rather than cycloidal. I think they do usually use harmonics for the smaller ones, but still, you know, whatever. That's what I was googling. Slip joint in the shaft for the axial load. That sounds miserable to make this scale. Okay, what do you mean by a slip joint? Yeah, what do you mean by a slip joint in the shaft? Because what I was planning on doing was, rather than having, I was basically going to let the eccentric have a little bit of clearance, so that it can slide up and down, and instead of hitting, because the big problem is not that the loads of the output shaft get transferred to, the big problem is that the loads of the axial load of the output shaft gets transferred to the magnet ring of the motor, and those are really fragile, and they like to shatter. Like in a drive shaft or something. That's all I'm familiar with for that problem. Okay, well let me look that up too. Now I'm curious. I'm not very familiar with car stuff, but there's a lot of very useful engineering in there. Let's see. Slip joint drive shaft. Oh, yes, that's exactly what I was planning on doing. Yes. Yeah, that's practically, oh, that's, okay, yes. So that's somewhat similar to what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning on just having the hex part of the drive shaft be a little bit longer than the eccentric so that it's able to slide backwards and forwards. So it'll give the end shaft a bit of play, and like the whole mechanism inside it'll play axially, but that's fine. And instead of hitting of all of the forces going into the magnet, which would be a problem, it would go through the whole mechanism through here and into the cover, which I think should be able to take it. It'll definitely be able to take it a lot better than this. That's my idea anyway. So, yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. I just didn't know the word for it. The drive shaft gets play, but we don't. SMH, yes. It does indeed. Okay. So this one has a bit of run out to it as well, which is annoying. I wonder how small they make spider couplers. They make them pretty small, actually. I was looking this up on McMaster Car. They do actually make 1.5 millimeter sized bore. Or no, that was a shaft collar, wasn't it? Oh, I was looking it up on McMaster Car. But I think if the amount of axial space and that it would take up would just be too much. Because like I need this to be really small. Yeah, anyway, all of these have a bit of run out to them. Not all of them are this bad. It's really annoying, but, you know, whatever. I tried to press them in square with the lathe and the tailstock, but it didn't perfectly go. Yeah, that's part of where the hex input shaft comes in. Yes, after stream, I'll kind of, I'll modify the CAD to actually do what I'm talking about, because I haven't actually CADed anything up. I've just, like, had this idea and just sent it. And well, in terms of sent it, I mean, I bought some cheap stuff off of eBay. But I'll actually make a model of it, and I'll post it on Discord so you guys can see. I'll take some screenshots so you can see what I'm talking about, maybe. Yeah, so it has another weird thing. This is something that I don't know how to solve because I don't know what's causing it. But each one of these gearboxes has a bit of a sticky spot to it, and I don't understand it. And it only happens when you're first putting them together. So right now, there's just like a lot of torque. It takes a lot of torque to turn it right this. Now it's loose. Now it's sticky, and you can feel it just kind of getting stuck, and then it overcomes whatever's inside of it. And I don't get it. I don't get what's causing this, like at all. And it happens in both directions, usually, except this time where it doesn't, because it likes to make me a liar. Now it's perfectly smooth in this direction. Is it the same spot every time? No. You know, I've tried. That's what I was thinking too. No, it's not. It's like, I don't know. It's just weird and inconsistent. So like, there's a sticky spot there. There's a sticky spot there. There's a sticky spot there. And that was like maybe every 180. But then there was a 90-degree one. It's just odd. Grease getting pushed to ground? No, it's different. I don't get it. So that's another reason why I want to do the hex input shaft, is because right now, in order for this whole thing to work, it has to be closed up and I can't see what's going on. But if I do the hex, then I can just use a hex driver and drive it myself and be able to, while it's open, and see what's happening, because I cannot tell what the fuck is going on, and it's driving me crazy. So anyway, to get rid of the sticky spot, or to help it out, what I've been doing is very scientific. What I've been doing is I take it out. These wires are very fragile, also. So, like, I pulled some of them out by accident when I was playing with them earlier. Is that the Ready Seti? Hello, Cyboss. Welcome on in. Might be the bacon bits on this one. That's an excellent point. It totally could be the bacon bits. So the wires are really fragile, so I've been rubber banding them to the motor so that they hopefully don't pull themselves out. Because they're very small, and I could resolder them if I was not ass at soldering. Shit. I'm doing a bad job of it. Hold on. So this guy... Oh, fucking Christ. Oh my god, it doesn't help that everything is covered in fucking bacon grease. Oh. Son of a bitch. So the ideal way to do this would be to turn the motor. But the alternative way to do this... Here we go. I'm stupid. There we go. I got it. I figured it out. Okay. So I'm just rubber banding the wires so they don't go flying and like hurt themselves. The way that I've been doing it is I grab the output shaft with the drill. I said I grabbed the output shaft with the drill. I grabbed the output shaft with the drill. There it is. And then I just spin the shit out of it while holding the input like this. And this is my very high-tech and sophisticated way of running them in before they kind of figure their shit out. The ideal way to do this would be to hold the housing still. Actually, how audible am I right now with everything going on? The ideal way to do is to hold the housing still and then spin the input, but there's no other good way to grab onto the input because it's larger than my chuck. I'm good? Okay, cool. So yeah, here we are. We're just doing this instead. So I just do this for a few minutes. And, you know, sometimes it works better, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. So I'm just kind of letting go sometimes to kind of randomize it a little bit. I don't think it matters. So what are all these little motors and gearboxes for? So, oh my god, I didn't even talk about that. Yeah. So this is for a tiny, itty-bitty little 1-pound weight limit ant weight combat robot that I'm building. Fun fact, competition is in like a month, and I have not done anything other than this yet. I don't have the rest of the design, and so I have to speedrun making the robot after I have to be functional. And so now we're here. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. We'll see how it goes. I might just not be able to make this competition. I might have to do the next one. We'll find out. Yeah, it seems like I'm right on schedule. Yay. It's less than a month. It's not very far. It's not very... yeah, I should have talked about that, actually. Yeah, this is by far the coolest thing I've done. And it's for something that's so absurd. Alright, let's see how this works now. Oh, the sticky spot seems to be gone, I think. At least in this direction. Let's try the other direction. And it's good. Oh my god, I'm worried. Here's the thing, you guys. I'm actually kind of concerned because it feels very smooth. I'm concerned that this will end up being the best one. Oh my god, I sprayed bacon grease everywhere. Oh my god. Oh no, can you see? Wait, can you guys even see that? There's a line of bacon grease droplets where I was spinning it, just going across the desk right here. Son of a bitch. There it is. You see those dots? You fucking idiot. Oh my god. Oh, I've just seasoned everything. Oh, no. My screwdrivers. No. Jesus Christ, I'm so stupid. What did I think was going to happen? Oh my god. Yeah, who could have possibly foreseen such an occurrence? Alright. So, after an hour and 40 minutes, we have now completed one motor. Yippee! Let's pull this guy, let's pull the wires off of this, or not the wires, don't pull the wires off of it. Pull the rubber band off of it. Oh my god, it's so gross. A Milky Way of bacon grease painted across the desk. A true poet. Poetry, if I've ever seen it. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. From bacon to bacon grease. And the circle of life continues. Okay. God almighty. Alright, so next up is time to clean. We need to clean... Basically just need to clean the desk real quick. It won't even take that long. If there wasn't bacon grease on everything. And then, what we're going to do is make a testing rig. I have a multimeter that can read amperage. And I need to connect that with... Oh shit, I didn't plug in the batteries. Let me plug in the batteries real quick and charge those. They're very small. It won't actually take that long, but I meant to do that while we were assembling things, and I totally forgot. Okay, let's see. Plug in the charger. Plug in the battery to the charger. There it goes. Okay, whoopsies. How do you get into these ant weight competitions? I mean, basically you just find them. There's a bunch of them. There's a website called robotcombatevents.com. And they have, and pretty much, as far as I can tell, all of the combat robot competitions in the nation, or in the U.S., I should say, are registered on there. I think actually some of the ones in the UK as well. And so you just find one that's nearby and apply, or not. It's not even an application. You just sign up. And then the rules are just online for free, and there's a ton of very helpful resources. So it's a Spark. I think the current rule set is Spark v 1.6, and the rule sets basically govern. All it amounts to is don't be lame, don't like make a net bot, don't make an AMP, and don't kill people, and stay within weight limit. Everything else is fair game, roughly. There's some asterisks to that. Like internal combustion engines, technically allowed depending on the competition. You have to ask the event organizer. Same thing with flamethrowers. Flamethrowers are allowed depending on the event organizer. As are a lot of events don't support it because it's just too sketchy, so they don't want to deal with it for safety reasons. But some of them do, and those are the really fun ones. And cowards, indeed. Honestly, though, I understand it because I've been talking to some of the event organizers that are local, and they've been having trouble even getting anyone to agree to host them because there's always a chance of a lipo fire, right? And there's always a chance in any fight, even like the plastic antweight fights, of someone puncturing a battery and causing a fire. And as it turns out, schools are not very willing to let you do that. So, you know, that's neat. It'll be interesting to see what the university thinks of me trying to host one of these competitions at some point. It might not go very well. In fact, I'm expecting it to not go very well. We'll see. But like maybe if I just lie to them and about what's going to happen, I don't know. I shouldn't say that on record. Pretend you didn't hear. You didn't hear anything. I won't actually lie to them. I'll just like downplay it. But you know, honestly though, it wouldn't even be that much downplaying, because we have people who are very well trained in safety and dealing with lipo fires, who go to these events because it happens. I feel like university should be equipped to handle that sort of thing. Well, okay. Are they equipped to handle it? Yes. Are they stupid enough to are the people who run their buildings generally the people who run everything have massive sticks up their ass, in my experience. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just said no for the fun of it. Easier to beg forgiveness than ask permission or something. Exactly. Like that's how one of the other universities does it. There's another university locally that runs competitions regularly, and they just say like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it." And so all of their campus safety people aren't fully aware of what's going on. They're kind of aware, but not fully aware, and that's kind of how I'm planning on dealing with it. We'll see. I'm getting in trouble for honesty and breaking no rules. Why would you lie? Because again, it's much easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission. I found a poster for a uni drone fight competition once. That also sounds like fun. Alright, let's clean this guy off. And let's label him. Where's my Sharpie? I just put my Sharpie away. This is why I don't put things away. It's because you immediately need them. Here we go. Bacon. Bacon. Amazing. Okay. Let's see, that's V0. V0.1. Okay. I'm going to leave these other two things out until I clean everything up. They're still covered in grease. Okay, so let's put all the mechanical parts to the side and pull out the electrical parts. So this is my very high-tech setup, consisting of a Raspberry Pi Pico, a breadboard, and let's see, where's the ESC? That's the weird ESC that kind of doesn't work properly. And a speed controller. I don't have the proper remote to control the robot, because I didn't buy one. The university bought one, and they only bought one, and I didn't want to borrow it from someone else. And also, yeah, anyway, I only bought the one. Oh, actually, you know what? This is actually a decent time, for me to run to the bathroom, because, yeah, we're transitioning to a new thing. How do I manually run an ad? Slash ad? Run? Nope. It has to be done through the GUI. The GUI? Yeah, good job. Let's see. Ads. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. I will be right back. Let me run this real quick. Pause that. Fuck. Professional. Oh shit. Shit. Wait, I'm a dumbass. Hold on. Why did I start the ad and then look for music? Here, we're gonna do this. There we go. Good enough. Okay. I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. I have returned. Hold on, pause that. No, not that. No, stop that. Oh, that's very loud. There we go. Wait, how does that look on the audio graph? Maybe too low? I don't know. That seems about right. Okay, hello. But it's such a good song, give it back. It just finished. What do you mean? What? This is Gene. Wait, what did I? Oh, run copyrighted music so VOD watchers can't hear you pee. Listen, I have the music on a separate track that doesn't get saved to the VOD. Also, this time I actually took my mic off. I don't know why. I don't normally do that. I normally just mute and trust that I muted correctly. But this time I didn't. Oh, you're talking about Hidden in the Sand. Hidden in the Sand is also a banger. True. That was just what played next on my liked songs. Alright, so I also took the liberty to grab myself some more water. Because I started stream with like a half-empty bottle like an idiot. I'm quite thirsty. It's also hot as fuck. And so I'm sweating. Let me put this over here, I guess. No, that's a bad place for it. Over here. Okay. You keep getting ads for the new Leica Studios movie, but being from NJ, the only thing associated with Wildwood is an only mildly depressing beach, and they never left the 50s. That's really funny. Alright. Okay. Now then, on to the electrical setup for today. So, God, I've still got a bunch of stuff just lying around. Here's the setup. This is a brushless speed controller. People just call them ESCs, electronic speed controllers. This guy plugs in, this end plugs into the motor. This guy plugs into your battery. And then this guy plugs into your receiver. So the normal setup for this would be, it's just like an RC car or plane or anything like that, where you have you have a radio and a receiver for it, and then this plugs into that. Problem being, I don't have the receiver or the radio. But what I do have is a Raspberry Pi Pico and a piece of shit code that I found online at like 3 a.m. And when I say found online, I mean I had ChatGPT generate it because it was 3 a.m. I had been working on the motors and assembling them for the last 10 hours straight, and I wanted it to be done. I wanted it to work. I wanted it to run, and I wanted it to run well. And so, or not even well, I just wanted it to work. I didn't have any of the hardware, and so I just used ChatGPT, said, hey, give me this, and it did it. To its credit, it did it. I was kind of shocked that it actually, it took a couple of tries. It was kind of shit at first. But to its credit, it did do it. So now we have our very bad speed control. So let me plug it in. And let's see. So what we need to do is let me pull up Funny. That is the IDE that I use to interface with the Pi. Because that's just what I have already. So now I can run this. I'll turn it on. And then I can also change the speed. So if I grab, let's see, which one is the best? Let's grab our PTFE one. So I need to plug in. Let's zoom in. Oh, too much zoom, excessive zoom. So I need to plug in. Which one is ground in? Okay. I did color code them correctly. So the white pin just gets jammed into the signal pin. And then this guy just gets jammed into that guy. And then I need a battery. That one is still charging, but I think this one should still have some juice on it. So I plug that in. It sparks a little bit, and it's slightly sketchy, but that's fine. Let me grab a piece of tape so you can actually see that rotating. So I'm just gonna make a little flag out of tape. So you can tell it's doing things. Why is the Pico upside down? I think I soldered the pins on wrong like 5 years ago. And by 5 years ago, I mean probably like last year. And I didn't bother unsoldering it or desoldering it and fixing it, so it's just like that now. It's fine. It gives it a character. Okay. Let's see. So let's clamp this guy in the vise so it doesn't run away from me. I've seen a lot of videos of people playing with drone motors and then not clamping them down and doing tests like this, and then the drone motor just goes woo, 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 and destroys everything, eats all the wires, because like there's so much torque and inertia behind them that they'll just like chew up everything if you're not careful. Okay, so now we plug this in. And now, hopefully, actually, let me move the background noises mic to here. Oh, that's cast aluminum. Oh, okay. Let's see. We'll see how this goes. So theoretically, when I plug this in, hold on. Did you guys hear the beep beep beep? No, you didn't. Damn it. Oh well, that's fine. You should be able to hear it running because it's kind of loud. Oh, that's gonna eat the wires if I'm not careful. And as funny as that would be, I don't have any more of these. Okay, so this is our PTFE one. So if I go, let's go 20%. Oh, it's struggling. Okay, maybe stop that. 40? Wait, why is it? Uh-oh. That's a bad sign. It might be just because the battery is low, also. Because I haven't charged this one. I have another one charging right now. I meant to plug these in before I started the stream. This is so sad. What about 100? Will it work? Nope. Yes. Yes, it will. Okay. There it goes. It's beautiful. It's alive. Okay. Oh my god, that got very hot very quickly, though. It's already kind of uncomfortable to touch. Oh, that's concerning. That's with the PTFE one. I thought that was going to be the best one. Ooh, yikes. Okay. So, okay. We're trying to test two things here today. We're trying to test the current draw. Like, just the passive current draw of the motors when it's running. Because I guess, okay. How do I phrase this properly? We are trying to compare different types of lubrication. And to do that, we are going to measure the current draw of the motor when in its unloaded state, because if it has a high current draw while it's unloaded, that means that the motor is working really hard to do nothing. And so there's a lot of losses. That's an issue. A lot of losses, a lot of friction, problem. The other thing that we're going to try and measure is the temperature of the housing, because currently, as it stands, they get very hot very quickly from the high speeds. And so, I should have filled one with lapping paste. Oh, it's loud. Oh shit. Okay. Then maybe let me move this. I didn't actually look at the graph when I was doing this. Whoops. I just lost my train of thought. Son of a bitch. It's gone now. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, so what we need to do is we need to put this multimeter that I stole from my robotics team. And you put this multimeter in between the battery and the ESC. And then figure out what kind of current range it'll take, because I don't actually know. I did also buy, I went ahead and I took the initiative to buy some extra lathes, like ones that have alligator clips on them, because I didn't want to deal with, like, I don't even know how I would... I have some ideas. Because I didn't want to try and, like... I don't want to solder to these leads. I don't want to, like... I would have had to, like, wrap the wire around it and then, like, heat shrink it to keep it in place, which would have been janky as fuck. So instead I bought some with alligator clips on them, which will be much nicer, hopefully. So here's my unboxing stream, everybody. Wow. This is the part where I slip and stab myself and get banned. Not today, though. At least not for this reason. Okay. There's that. Wait, how do these work? What the hell? Wait, I thought this was two separate sets of leads. I love my alligator clip test leads. Yeah, this is really nice. I don't know why they don't come like this by default, frankly. Okay, so it seems like this just slips on over the top. Or something. Oh no, there's a... Oh, that's like a little protective condom thing that... Well, why would you do that? Okay, let me circumcise the... Let's circumcise the test leads first. Then we can slip this on. I think. Hello? Am I stupid? There it goes. Okay. The clips probably screw onto the ends. No, they don't. They've got a little crimp connection type of deal. Here, let me show you. Wow, that's fucking invisible. It's like a little push connect doohickey. Which I'm sure is the technical term. Push connect doohickey. Yes. Probably takes us from a class 3 lead to a class 4 or something? I have no idea, man. It might just be protective. These are not very good. Granted, they were $15 at Home Depot, so who knows? Yeah, these are category 3. This is cat 4 or cat 3. I don't know, man. I just live here. That's electrician stuff. I'm a mechanic. Yeah, exactly. I'm a simple man. I make things go spin. And if the things don't spin, I yell at electrical until they do spin. Okie dokie. So then this guy... Let's actually make sure these work first off. It would be very embarrassing if I struggled to get them to work and then discovered that they don't in fact work. Okay, plug that in. Plug that in. And then I think we're in continuity mode. Am I not in continuity mode? Or are these not connected? What the shit? Hold on. I probably should have done this beforehand. Wait, what? Wait, let me check that I'm actually in continuity mode. I'm not just misreading this. Let's grab the original leads. Plug that in there. Plug that in there. Oh, wait. I might have been in the wrong... I was trying... I think I... Wait a minute. I think I just plugged them into the wrong hole. Does it not beep? How do I turn it to beep mode? Select. Ah, now we're in beep mode. Okay, there we go. It was a combination of things. Most of them being that I'm stupid. Okay, so now if I plug the alligator leads in here, and the alligator lead in here, and we touch tips. Yippee! Okay. Was that actually audible? Nope. Why is that not audible? I set up the background noise mic for a reason. Oh, it was audible? Well, it was okay. What's annoying is that it was audible through my mic, not through the background noise mic. What's the point of the background noise mic if it's not going to hear the background noise? Like, I'm looking at it on the audio graph and it's not doing jack shit. Okay, whatever, I'll take it. It's working. Okay. So now I just need to come up with the least destructive way of connecting the two. Because I don't feel like redoing a bunch of work. I say that as if I'm not going to have to disassemble fucking everything that I've done today for cleaning. But I'm also just kind of lazy and I don't want to set up my soldering iron. If I can avoid it. Let's see here. What do I have? I might have to. I think I have to. Damn it. Okay. Let's do this correctly. Let's see. So I have... Let's see. This takes an XT30 connector female. So I need... Let's see. I think I have an XT30 connector male. Somewhere in here. Hold on. I do. Okay. So we take one of these. Let's move this down over here. Move you over here. What am I doing? Oh, right. So I need an XT30 male to an XT30 female. And then with a wire in the middle. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So, with a thing in the middle so that I can bridge it with the multimeter so we can measure things. Okay. That's what we're doing. Okay. So, let me just shove this whole contraption over here off to the side. I need... you know what? Let's just grab a piece of Romex. This is house wiring, but I'm gonna use it for, not house wiring purposes. Actually, wait, shit, where is that? I know I have some. Oh, it might be in my... Wait a minute, I know where it is, I think. Yeah, heavy. Oh, that's the box of sand. Oh, man, it's underneath my friggin' air conditioner. Why do I do this to myself? Let's see. Do I have other wiring lying around that I don't have to, like, dig for? Maybe? Hold on. Ah. Let's see what's in here. Oh, sick. Wiring. Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna take this stuff then. Yeah, that'll work perfectly fine. I don't even need all of this length. I'm gonna use all of this length anyway. Alright. Put this away. This away. Alright. So, which side is positive, negative? Okay, they're labeled, thank God. How small is it? Hey, Jane, welcome on in. Small is what? Oh, the cycloid? Let me show you. It's about this small. It's 36 to 1, or sorry, 35 to 1 reduction. And it's only 30 grams. We're trying out different kinds of lubrication today. So this one is labeled PTFE question mark because I don't know what's actually in the stuff that I put in here. But yeah, if I can show you real quick. Let's see. So I plug this in. Bite-sized. It really is. So let's see. If I go back over here and we go this, off it goes. Whee! So yeah, I'm very happy with it. It's really cool. There's some issue. Well, I say I'm very happy with it. There are some issues that I still need to deal with. What's that say? Juan Lopez, 15. Hello, welcome on in. Yeah, it's very small. So right now what we're doing, we just finished assembling one. That I. That's a fancy way of surrendering with a flag. It is. It is. We just finished assembling one with bacon grease instead of normal grease because I thought it would be funny. And right now I am regretting everything, but it's also very funny. So I maintained that it's funny for the bit. And right now we're working on the electrical setup so that I can measure the amount of current they take, so we can determine what kind of lubrication is best. And we're really hoping that the answer does not involve bacon. So let's go up here. Let's zoom. Just so I can get it closer to myself. And let me also plug my phone in because it's at 30%. There we go. Okay. Why would it what? Oh, the bacon grease be the best option? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if bacon grease is the best option. Listen, I assembled one with bacon grease because I thought it would be funny, but if the best option is bacon grease, oh shit, hello, Jinsa. Okay, wait. Oh, my workbench is too sturdy now. You can't even tell what's going on. Whoa, earthquake! Here, wait. Whoa, earthquake! Whoa, holy shit, we're all gonna die! Whoa! Whoa! It's such a stupid fucking bit. Clap. I love that little emote. Clap, 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 clap. It's so polite. Okay. Wow, that's very small. Maybe it'd be better to do the microscope for this, but the microscope kind of sucks. It'll be fine. You don't need to see every detail of my terrible soldering jobs. Okay. What am I doing? Where did my wire cutters go? Here they are. Alright, so first step. We're going to chop off this, and we're going to chop off this. Snip, snip. I don't know what size wire this is. We're just going to guess. 16? 16 gauge, maybe? That didn't quite cut all the way through. What about 18? Okay, looks like it is 18 gauge. Okay. So let's go over here. 18 gauge. Snip. There it goes. Chuck that over there. Don't cut the green wire. It might be a little bit late for that one, unfortunately. Chuck that over there. All right, so now I need to make sure that I don't solder the wrong ends together, because that's very much something that I would do otherwise. Let me also grab some heat shrink. This kit came with it. Well, no, let's just grab the real heat shrink. That I don't accidentally fuck something up, because I totally would. I totally would just like accidentally short the battery together. That's a little small. Let's grab one size up. So that's 2.5 millimeters. 3 is orange. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Let's cut it in half. Ish. Snippy snip. So we're going to slap one of these onto each end. And now, for my very fancy and brand new pine sill. I've only used it a little bit. Wow, the white balance looked terrible in this. That's fine. It's fine. Everyone, you could just pretend that it doesn't. All right. So I got my little soldering stand over there. And I got, let me actually plug it in. Ellie was complaining about this thing having like a really short like timeout delay on it on her stream. And I genuinely don't know why, because mine out of the box was perfect. It's perfectly fine. I don't know what's wrong with hers. I think, I don't know if they just didn't set a setting correctly on hers by default, but mine's great. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, I know it's a sleep setting, but like, I don't know, man. So this is gonna be quite scuffed. Let's see. I do have this solder fume extractor. That also has arms on it, and they're really bad. It's better content if you complain about the things. It just creates like an adversary. Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's actually why I'm complaining all the time. I'm making content. I'm not just whiny. So yeah, I have these, and they are extremely ass. Speaking of complaining about things, as we all know, green is usually the positive wire. That's why I'm making it the positive wire. Oh wow, that actually worked perfectly that time. Where's my solder? Here it is. Makes you seem like a hero overcoming bad equipment. We could go with that. Yes, it's me, the hero. The hero with the dog shit, whatever I'm working with today. In this case, it is honestly such a nice luxury having nice tools. Like having worked with bad tools, it is so nice having good ones finally. Like my screwdriver set, man, that's a lot of smoke. We don't do that. Okay, let's tin the tip. Here's the thing, again, like I said, I'm very bad at soldering. It is a functional joint, and it is not an aesthetic one. Actually, that one's pretty good, by my standards. The experience of using bad tools is amazing, though. You wouldn't have to know how good you have it otherwise. That's true. That is very true. I can attest to that. Like, I've worked with, I worked with a bad CNC for a long time. And it was bad. It was really bad. And then when I finally, when I started working at my current job, it was night and fucking day between those things. And then conversely, like working with we have really nice tap wrenches at work, and I didn't really use any bad tap wrenches in the past, because I just didn't have much reason to. You and I've gotten spoiled. It's really, really nice. Go. Please go in the, please. And part of that is also a knowledge gap. Oh, so please stay. Stop moving. Fuck you. This is gonna fall apart as soon as I... Hold on, I need to put more solder on that to make it stick, but as soon as I do that, it's gonna fall out. Maybe. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm actually amazing at this. All I know is if a sturdy lump of atoms has a blunt, heavy side, maybe a sharp side, can't do the job in some capacity, and something is wrong. True. True and real. Yeah, that's a pretty shit soldering job, but you know what? It's functional. It'll be good enough. It didn't even flow into the wire, really. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Once I get the good ones, I can never go back. You really can't. It's so nice. Okay. Let's see. I have a heat gun, but honestly, the lighter is faster. And so we're gonna use a lighter if I can find it, which is kind of a big if. I got this tap and die set for myself. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I got it for myself. What is it stuck? What are these doors stuck? Oh, there we go. I got this tap and die set for myself, and it's like, it's still a tap and die set, so it's not amazing as if you bought all the taps and dies individually. But that would be like 5 times the price estimate. What happened to my lighter? What the fuck? Maybe we will use the heat gun. What? Stop being stuck. Oh yeah, but it's just so nice. I will say, I have used very nice quality taps and dies at work. Well, not dies. We don't use dies very much. So we don't have good ones. We have really nice taps. And God, those things are so nice. It is a world of difference. And even this set it's decent. I'm not going to say it's amazing, but it's pretty decent. And it's still way better than the other ones that I've used in the past. Okay, I don't know where the lighter went. We're going to have to use the heat gun. Or actually, isn't there a trick to, like, do it with a soldering iron? Shitty ones do feel better for bigger hands, is probably why. Yeah, I guess. Oh, for the strippers, yeah. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, I just have these, and this is actually the Walmart brand of them, and they're actually pretty decent. That said, I'm not good at electrical, and I don't do it very often, so it's good enough for my use case. But they're quite sharp, so I'll take that. Let's see. Heat gun. What do I unplug? Unplug that for just a second. Plug that in. Okay. I use my good strippers and bolt cutters way more often. That's pretty funny. Like, yes, these very nice tool. It's time to use them as bolt cutters. Excellent idea. These will not ruin them in the slightest. Alright, that's heat shrunk. Honey, I shrunk the wrap. Wait. Honey, I shrunk the heat. There we go. Okay. Good enough. Maybe throw in a solder flux pen. It's convenient. It makes the solder wet out way better. I do have, like, this little needle tip bottle of flux. And I will say it does work quite well. I like that thing a lot. I've never used a solder pen, a flux pen, though. That's interesting. Well, see you later, reptile. Has some wedge cutty holes, which I think are meant to be tiny bolt cutters. Works for me, at least. I know mine... I assume these holes are meant to be bolt cutters. Let's see. Because they've got thread sizes, like they've got 832 and 632 labeled on them, and there are holes all the way through it. So I assume that's what they're for. I still don't know exactly how it's supposed to work, because, like, you can't cut very much. Like, you can't cut them very flush, which is odd. I don't know. Whatever, man. Okay, so now we need to basically just strip a bunch of this wire off. Actually, no, we need to cut this in half. Like so. Oh, this is a much thicker cable. Is this 14 gauge? 12? I don't know. This is much thicker. Let's try 12 and see what that does. Seems to be 12 gauge. That's quite a thick wire for this tiny little XT30 connector. Let's see, yeah, we need to basically solder one of these to each end, and then the middle will get bridged by the multimeter so that we can measure it properly. Let's see, okay. And I missed. I just threw a piece of insulation into the abyss. I heard that miss. Alright. Come here. There it is. I just missed again. Alright, whatever. My insulation snack. 5-second rule. If you can get over here in 5 seconds, you can grab it still. Oh. Interesting. What the fuck is wrong with my setup? It's so odd. So, okay, you just heard the beeping noise, probably. That was the sound of my mom backing up her car. And you heard that not through the background noise mic, but through my mic, like the voice mic with the noise filter on it. Which shouldn't be happening. I don't understand why... Oh, I just muted myself, basically. I don't understand why the background noise mic doesn't pick up background noise, and the voice mic picks up the background noise. I don't get it. That said, I set all of this up like 5 minutes before stream, so, like, it's my own fault for not testing it better, but what the fuck? Is your mom daily a Peterbilt? No, it's like a new Hyundai. It's like a hybrid of some kind, and apparently it's too quiet, and so they just have to crank up the volume on the backup alarm. Okay. This is so stupid. Look at the size of the wire versus the size of the cup terminal. This is way too large. But I don't really have any better wiring, so whatever. It'll work. We're gonna make it work. Hey, Sparse, you tuned in just in time. Hello. Would you like to see sins? Because what we're doing are definitely sins. I'm soldering 12 gauge wire to an XT30 cup terminal that I think is meant for, like, I don't know, 18? Maybe 20 gauge? But this is what I have on hand, so I'm going to keep using it. Trim down some of the copper? Yeah, I probably will. I think I have to right, at this point. Let's just, let's do 16. Let's see what this does. 16 is a little bit more reasonable. Let's go 14. Or, sorry, not 14, 18. $18 is a bit better. Yeah, 18 will work. It still is sketchy, but it'll be fine. Let's see. Stupid little soldering arms. Yeah, that's an entirely fair response. Hide your scraps before Yandy Seer comes and gets them. Hey, he can pry them from my cold, dead hands. You son of a bitch. Stay. Okay, whatever. It's not gonna work. Where's my flux? I've got no more flux to give. I found it. I found my flux to give. Okay. Son of a bitch. These goddamn arms. Stay. Good enough. That'll work. It'll kind of work. We'll make it work. On the upside, it'll be easy to desolder. Hey. Yeah, it's not a bad soldering job. It's an easy to desolder. It's a desoldering practice. I'm trying to wet it out a little bit. I put too much goop on the one. On the... God, did the terminal even get any of that heat? Is there anything sticking it together? Oh, there's a little bit. Okay, it's good enough. Here's Sparks. What do you think? Oh, wait, where is it? Hold on. Here, let me put the microscope layout. Hold on. Where are we? What's your iron temp? It seemed a little cold. It's that, like... Here, let me double check. Mmm, delicious. It's so bad up close. Listen, if it gets too hot, it'll just reflow itself. It's fine. It's self-healing. It's like Roman concrete, right? Let's see. Iron temp is 330 ish. Wait, what is it actually? Hold on. What is it set to? It's fluctuating like a lot. No, it's set to 320. Why is it set to 320? What? I thought I had it set to like 350. Celsius. Celsius or Fahrenheit? Wait, hold on. It's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. I just realized what you meant. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll try reflowing it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I fix. I don't know. It is like a really long tip on it. A 320F? No, it's 320 Fahrenheit. Oh, I misspoke. It's 320 Celsius. 320 Celsius. I'm stupid. I misspoke. It's 320 Celsius. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I don't think anything would be happening at 320 Fahrenheit. Okay. Yeah, that's quite bad. Let's grab the desoldering sucker. Fine, fine, fine. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. You've made me feel ashamed of myself. Oh, the heating element is the chunkiest part of the iron tip, so it's a lot shorter than it looks. Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought that was just a heat reservoir. I don't have any solder wick, unfortunately, but I do have this. Okay, that's certified. Good enough. Hold on, let's grab some more flux. Flux will fix it, right? Are you doing this to test or actual assembly? Just test. Which is why I was fully prepared to just send that other shitty soldering joint. This is just for, I'm just using it to connect the multimeter in between the battery, and everything else so that I can measure the current draw. While I'm just testing different lubricants. Hold on, let me grab, where's my solder? It's right here. Stop moving. I would have been tempted to full send it as well then. All right. Man, why is the smoke going towards my face? I have a fan blowing away from me. It does seem like this thing, the iron tips kind of get dislodged a little bit. Like it's just tilting right now, which I don't like. I'm trying to get as much contact or surface area to it so I can get the heat transfer up, because I know that's a thing. But it doesn't want to reflow. Shit. Okay, well. Son of a bitch. You know what? Let's just start over. You tighten the screw that holds the tip in place? Nope. I thought it was supposed to be a friction fit, so you can easily swap them in and out. That would explain a lot. That, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Let me grab a screwdriver. The screw stops it from rotating, and that's it. Oh, okay. Well, it's not rotating. It's just kind of wobbly up and down. Like, you see how it's pulling out like that? Why does it say 480C? What the fuck? That's not what I set it to. Oh, it was just, like, pulled out, and so it was reading weird temperatures. It's very easy to crack the plastic? Okay. Let's try this one more time, though. Before I do that. Hold on, we're losing most of the conductors real quick. Shit. Nah, I didn't get, like, anything. Well, I got a little bit out of that. Yeah, it's a snug, not a tight kind of snug. Yeah. Come on. Melt. I didn't get shit out of that. I'm gonna start overheating the connector. Okay, let's actually switch to the other connector. Let's do the other one first, so that I don't melt this one and mess it up. Okay, let me actually let me tighten that before I forget. That's a flathead. That's also a flathead. That's also a flathead. Okay, there we go. They slowly run away from you. Yeah, these are really bad ones too. Like my sister got a set for jewelry. My sister got a set for jewelry making. And those are actually pretty good. They're much, much better than this piece of shit. Stay. Okay, that one's actually pretty good. Let's see. Flux. Tin the tip. Or not, it's not even tinning it. It's just like, get a little bit on there so the heat conduction works. That's, you know what? That one was all right. I'm going to go ahead and give that an all right. That's not bad at all. I'll take that. That's good enough. Yeah. Here, hold on. Microscope. Certified good enough. All right. Let's grab some heat shrink. Because otherwise it'll probably just fall off. Structural heat shrink. Let's cut this in half because I don't need this full length. Let me see. If you ignore the jank of cutting down the wire, that's a good hobbyist joint. I'll take a good hobbyist. I like the clarifier, not the clarifier. What's it called? There's a word for it, and it's gone now. I don't know what the word is. It's not a clarifier. Asterisk. I like the asterisk on the hobbyist choice. Entirely deserved. Very funny. Hold on, let me hydrate real quick. I'm gonna mute so you don't get like ear noise. All right. Okay, so there's one. Let's see. We'll heat shrink it at the end. All right, so now we need to cut down this wire. 18 seemed to be a good size, so let's do that again. Little copper shrapnel all over the desk. Okay, hold this, please. Hold. Why you no hold? We huffing lead fumes? You know it. Hello. Welcome on in. Delicious, delicious lead. Stay. Holy shit, these things are so bad. Okay. Bloop, bloop. Son of a bitch. Stupid goddamn helping hands. I'm gonna help them out to get some hands, but they don't stay where they're fucking told. Stay. It doesn't want to stay. Okay. Let's tin the wire. Let's see if that'll help. I'm not sure if this thing just doesn't have enough heat to, like, work with this big of a wire or what. It doesn't seem to do anything a whole lot. It's like it's not hot enough. See, like, nothing even got onto the backside of it. It didn't flow. Maybe I didn't flux that side. I guess I didn't flux that side. Hold on. Probably easy to make some out of 040 safety wire and alligator clips. You're not wrong. I unfortunately don't have any 040 safety wire or alligator clips. Yeah. Yeah, you need to. I know it takes more heat, but I'm just saying it shouldn't take. I feel like the difference shouldn't be this big. I don't know what I'm talking about though. Hold on, what if I just hold it with my hands to get it set? Will this work even a little bit? Maybe. Maybe if I actually added solder to the thing. Where is my solder? Here's the solder. Okay, you know what? It's holding, and that's probably good enough. We're gonna probably call that good enough. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. But it holds. Yeah, it holds. I don't care. Good enough. So used to using my butane iron at work. It's always figured out how nice it could be until you use 888 at home. Yeah. I mean, those things do look pretty sick. I do actually have a vintage one. A vintage butane iron. Uh, like, it goes along with a set for, like, there's, like, a heat gun type accessory for it. There's a really fine tip for it. Fine tip flame kind of a thing. I think it's missing, if I remember right, it's missing a small part. And I don't remember. My sister actually has it because it's again for jewelry stuff. But I've never used one of those. They do sound really nice. Okay. That's good enough. Let me grab, let's see, heat gun. And let's shrink this baby. good enough. And that's pretty good enough. Cool. Okay. So let me clean up my mess. Come here. Ah. Put away the heat gun. Okay. Let's see. Actually, let's see. Wrap up the wires of the heat gun first, without melting them, ideally. Bloop. There's that. Actually, no, I shouldn't test it before I do anything. I should clean up first. Let's clean up. Clean up, everybody, everywhere. You guys also have to sing that song, like as a kid, like preschool or something? Because I feel like it's universal. I don't know. It feels universal to me, because it's only my experience that I'm talking about. Like that song is just permanently ingrained in my head. Okay, toss the flux in the bag. Let's see. Unplug the iron. Put the iron to the side. Unplug the cord for the iron. Nope, I was in high school when Barney came out. Wait, was that a Barney thing? I genuinely did not know that that was from Barney. I thought it was just like some nursery rhyme thing that preschool teachers learned. Huh, the more you know. Let's see. Wrap this guy all the way up. Huh. It's from Barney. Wow. You learn something new every day. I don't know why I became Southern for that, but I did. Kind of. If you squint, maybe. Okay, so let's see how this... Let's see, A, if, and B, how this works. Okay. Let's toss that over there. That over here. So, here's the idea. We plug in our XT30 adapter to our ESC. Oh, that's out of frame. Son of a bitch. Okay. We've got our ESC plugged into our stupid little adapter thing. And then we take our multimeter. We took it probably to milliamp range. I don't actually know. We'll find out. How do I... Let's see. This thing has a stand on it. Although if I use the stand, then you guys won't be able to see it. That's fine. Just double check the dates. Barney came in the 90s, so I would have been in middle school. Oh, well. I mean, same difference. The point is that you wouldn't have been your, experience. Also, it feels like Barney should have been earlier than that, to be honest with you. I don't know. It seems, more ancient in my mind. Like, more eternal. Okay, so let's just clip a U to this. And then we clip a U to this. And we are in auto mode. In milliamp range. Okay, so now this is in. Now we grab our battery. And plug in another one so that we can just keep them all always charging. And then we plug in the battery. Okay. It's drawing current. It was spiking there, I think, presumably while the capacitors in here were filling up. Let me see. Let's move this over here. Actually, let me... How do I do this so that you guys can see it and I can see it? I don't know. This is just for science, for testing right now. we'll make a little bit better of a setup right now. So right now it's just drawing 8 milliamps passive. Sure. So now when I run it, uh-oh. That's not a good sign. It just spawned and then immediately stopped. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Did I blow the fuse? How do I check the fuses on this thing? It says that it can take 500 milliamps. There's no way this tiny little motor drew 500 milliamps immediately, right? Fuck. Oh my god, you're right. The draw did drop to 0. Fuck. Did I really blow the fuse on this thing immediately? What if I go to the 10 amp range? Is the battery hot? No. Battery's fine. Nothing is hot. I think I just killed the fuse. Oh shit, it's still not drawing current. Oh no. Oh, fuck. If the fuse blew, that would open the circuit. Yeah, it would open the circuit and we would still be seeing 0 voltage or current draw. Oh no, what did I fry? How? How did I fry it? Did I reverse the polarity on these? No. No, it's fine. What the fuck? Okay, let's go. Oh my god. Son of a bitch. Okay, let's go into continuity checking mode. How do I... Okay, we got BP mode. Check the motor and controller are still good. How? I don't even know how. Oh, I guess you mean plug in the battery directly. True. That's a good point. Okay. Cool, that's still alive. So that means it's something in my stupid little cable. But what? So if let's see, if I poke this connection, and we poke this connection, that's still good. Was it my bad soldering job here? Oh my god. That's still fine. Was it my bad soldering job here? No. What? Wait, what the, huh? Blown fuse? I'd put 100 bits on it. Fuck! But, okay. Here's the thing, though. This one says fused 500 milliamps max. This one has a different fuse, a 10 amp fuse. But I checked both, didn't I? Or maybe I didn't actually check both. Maybe I just... Ah, son of a bitch. I am shocked that this motor drew 500 milliamps. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is like a peak load, but, you know, presumably the fuse would be a slow blow, so it wouldn't immediately, like, kill itself upon 500 milliamps, you know? Son of a bitch. Alright, clamp the black on the black. Or it's not even... Okay, whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Okay. Can I actually run it? It doesn't show any current draw right now. Let's see. Survey says... Whoops. Survey says... Nothing. Why would it blow both fuses at once? Because there's no... Hold on, I'm turning off the air compressor. I don't think I need it. Shit. Man, oh, okay. Why would it have blown both fuses, though? Because, like, even though there's no shot that the 500 amp one... well, I assume it's a separate fuse, right? Because it says... You're right, it says this one is fused 500 milliamps max, and then it says this one is fused 10 amps max. So, like, presumably, it's two different fuses. I would assume. Why wouldn't it be? Let's turn it off. Man, let's pull it open. I'm going to be so pissed if it's one fuse that I blew. Because that means that I've just ruined the experiment. At least for tonight. In one fell swoop. That's not large enough. Is it a pH2? Yeah. Put you over there. Come here, you little rat. Let me unplug the battery from this contraption first, actually. Measuring amps, so you have to hold the multimeter in series on the circuit, not parallel. It was in series. Also, hello, Linton. Get the fuck out. Come here. Okay, how do I open this? Yeah, look, there are two fuses in here. Let's see. This one is the 500 milliamp. And there's no visual in... Oh, wait. Oh, I might see a burn spot on that one. Why are they not labeled? Oh, no, they are labeled. It's just hard to read. Okay, well, let's hope it can run without the fuses. Alright, let's put this back together. Let's hope it can run without the fuses so that I can check the continuity on them, see if they're still good. Okay. Turn this on. It can still run. Yippee. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of wires going on. I don't blame you. Okay. Here's this guy. There's this guy. Okay. So we're in continuity mode. Okay. Touchy, touchy. This one's dead. And this one is dead. Son of a bitch. Switch from the beep to ohms. Okay. No, that's capacitance. Okay, so this is auto-ranging ohms, I think. Here, we can... Yeah, let's do that. Hold on. There we go. 10 amp might have been blown before I got to it. That's actually true. It's entirely possible. This was borrowed by my robotics team. Or I borrowed this from my robotics team, so it's entirely possible that they blew it. Yeah, it's not even getting anything from this fuse. And oh shit. We can blame someone else. I'm fine with blaming someone else. And it's open. God damn it. Ah. Son of... Oh, we got so close. We got so close to actually doing something productive today. Instead, all I did was fill a motor with bacon grease. Yeah, they did exactly what they're supposed to do. God. We're so close to doing something. Alas. I'm gonna ping the robotics team right now. Did one of you little shits blow the 10 amp fuse on the portable multimeter and then not replace it? Oh my fucking god. Alright, well. You know what? That's a that's a pretty fucking funny way to end the stream. I don't even know why is my boss texting me? No, why is your boss texting me? Or texting me, texting you. Just for giggles, what's the wattage on that motor? I have no idea. Listen, Sparks, I will send you... Let me... Here, I'll find the exact Amazon link that I found. It's very cheap. They are very cheap drone motors. Let me find them real quick for you, because it is pretty funny. But they work extremely well. You know, when they do work. I just don't have a way to measure it. Let's see. Orders. So you go to orders, buy again. I need... Where are my motors? I bought too much shit on Amazon. Here we go. Copy clean link. The motor and ESC work fine. Yeah, I mean, ESC, you're close. One letter away on the keyboard. Yeah, everything else works fine. It's not actually scrapped. It's just, like, really painful that we got so close to actually doing the goal of the stream, and then got stopped by a blown fuse. Multiple blown fuses, actually. Let me look at the ratings of these. There's some very fine text, embossed text on them. Yeah, this is the 500 milliamp one. And this one is the 10 amp one. And they look identical. But they are, like, labeled correctly and everything, so... Okay, well, the electrical lead says no, and he hasn't even touched that multimeter since we played with the giant caps. So, I don't know. Maybe he didn't actually blow it, but... Damn. Yeah, I think now's a decent time to end, even though it ends on a sad note. I will replace the maximum current draw. Wait, 4 to 6 amps, depending on the voltage. Does it really say that? Am I just dumb? I didn't remember that having a wattage rating. Where do you see that? Am I... What the fuck? Wait, I'm genuinely confused now, because I don't see anything like that on this. Oh, you Googled it. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. I was kind of expecting it to be lower than that. Shit. Because if that's the, like... If that's how high it can reach under normal circumstances, then how high... How high is the peak startup current, then? Because if it's higher than 10 amps, I'm assuming that the 4 to 6 amps is not the continuous rating. Yeah, that gearbox, it adds a lot of resistance. I was like, oh, and also 5.5 amps is way more than I was expecting. I was expecting like 100 milliamps running. Maybe I was the gremlin. Yeah, I might have been the gremlin. Fuck. What voltage are you dumping into it? It's 3S. So it's, uh, in theory, it's 11.1 volts. In practice, it's going to be a bit more than that. It's 11.1 volts nominal. We blew a fuse? Yes, we blew both of the fuses on the multimeter for amperage. So I can't actually measure the current draw. Alas. I don't know. I might need to go buy a fancy multimeter and not just steal my robotics team one. I might need to buy one with a higher current measuring, or higher current range? I don't know what to call it. We're solving to amp clamp measurement ranges. Oh boy. Max power would be about 5 amps, so only a factor of 10 over the 500 milliamps. Get a Fisk. Aren't those like the super, super expensive ones? I don't want to do that. It's also entirely possible that the startup current is way higher than 5 amps, too. And so it did actually blow the 10 amp fuse. Ah, fuck. Hey, Pep, welcome on in. What are we making? So this is... I'll show you. This is the world's smallest cycloidal drive gearbox. But yeah, right now all that we're making is explosions inside of fuses. So the goal of today was to assemble one with bacon grease, because I hate myself. And then, oh my god. You know what this means? You guys. Because I assembled that one with bacon grease already, I'm gonna have to refrigerate that motor until I can get new fuses to test it. I'm gonna have a motor in my fridge. Oh my god. Why bacon grease? Because I thought it would be funny. No, I do have normal grease. I have multiple types of normal grease. I just thought it would be funny. And so, I'm gonna take a picture of a motor in the fridge for you guys. Would duck fat not be cleaner? Alas, I'm fresh out of duck fat, unfortunately. It is very funny. Oh. But yeah, I popped up. Anyway, Pep, what happened is I was trying to measure how well the gearbox, how efficient the gearboxes were. And by doing so, I blew the fuses, both of the fuses in the multimeter. What kind of animal fat makes the best lubricant? Ah, excellent. Yeah, it is whale oil, unfortunately. It's delicious. It just works perfectly. Okay. Okay, let's find someone to raid. How much to time out, Pep? Um, uh, 100 bits. I don't know. I got 8 whimsy dollars. I should have gone higher. Oh man, I've just made the classic blunder in the negotiation. Um, bro, I don't have bits. Uh, you should ask Slab if I can borrow his whale oil. I'll have you peeled. Okay, buddy, come and find me. All right, I've got all the stuff to make an IED right here. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Okay, fine. Jesus Christ. Slash timeout. I'm sorry, Pep. It's for the bit. The great Pep. Oh my god. The entire Pep is against you. The entire chat. What the fuck is this? What is playing right now? Oh my god, that was 1,000 bits. Holy shit. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Thanks for the level 1 hype train at 93% for the sake of banning Pep. Holy fuck. How long do we want to ban him for? Or time him out for? Oh my god, cheer 90. Oh. Jesus Christ. No, not ban. I misspoke. Time out. Time out. Let's go for the number of bits. Um and that number of seconds. Damn, maybe we can cut a deal. Okay, listen, a trade offer. You give me some number of bits, and you don't get timed out. I come to stream more often, and we split the anti-pep proceeds. Okay, okay. But in order for the anti-pep proceeds to keep coming in, I think we do need to, unfortunately, follow through on our promises. And feels like corruption. No, it's not corruption. It's just it's protection money, right? You understand? However, you know, we've got to make some examples, right? So yeah, it's part of the system, really. So I think it's only fair to time him out for the number of seconds for the number of seconds as the number of bits that was donated, which in this case was 1,100 seconds. Isn't the opposite of true. The opposite of true is false, in case you were wondering. What about the prime? Oh, that's a good point. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm being negotiated with. This is the what's known as the art of the deal. As they say. How about 2,000 seconds? Let's go for 2,000 seconds, because that's roughly how much. Prime sub is free, so it doesn't count. Ooh, okay, it's a good argument. It's a good argument. Okay, going once. And going twice. Can we get an 07 in chat for Pep? All right, 2,000 seconds. There we go. So stupid. I can't believe that. All right. Let's find someone to raid. Let's also find. Oh, we can raid into soy. Let's raid into soy milk. Or I don't know. What do you guys think? God, I love it. Who was that guy? He's just donating for the love of the game. Holy fuck. That's hilarious. Why are you... What? Oh, it's just like the auto off function. Okay. All right. All right. I think that's a yes for soy. Let's raid into soy milk. Let's come up with a raid message. Out of fuses, out of... wait, what's the... I don't know. Out of fuses, out of fucks to give. No, that feels aggressive. No, dismiss the ad break, snooze that. Out of fuses, I don't know, come up with, wait, what do I come up with? What do we say here? The muddiest shoe minion. The muddiest shoe minion of today versus the muddiest shoe minion of all time. Oh my god, I can't believe Goblins donated 10, like, isn't that like $10 for the sake of banning someone he doesn't know, just for the bit? Or not banning, timing him out. Holy shit, that's funny. Oh my god. Okay, out of fuses, out of time? Sure. Uh, out of fucks and fuses? Okay, yeah, let's go, out of fucks. Yeah, let's go with out of fucks. Yeah, okay. Um, disposable income is disposable. I love that. Here, there we go. Yeah, you're probably right, Sparks. Okay, there's your raid message. Oh, she's on BRB. That's fine. That's fine. It's funny. All right. Thank you everybody so much for coming by. Um, I'll get the fuses and maybe a different multimeter that can handle this kind of shit by next week. And in the meantime, I guess I'm gonna have this little fucker stuck in my fridge. No, wait, which one is it? Oh my god, wait, which one is it? I didn't label them. Oh, well, no, I labeled this one. That's PTFE. This one's the wait, where's the bacon grease motor? Did I lose it? Oh, here it is. This guy is gonna be living in my fridge. For I guess the next week. So, that's cool. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Yeah, it's the one oh, true. I could just identify it by smell. That's convenient. All right. Well, thank you everybody. And thank you for the level 2 hype train. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Get out of here. So stupid. Ow, fucking ads. And fuck you, Vita Coco treats. Holy shit, that's funny.